Hi, welcome to BeautyBlondie.com. I'm Elizabeth, and today I will be showing you how to make kids play makeup. I'm going to be using things that I have just laying around the house to be able to make some makeup that little girls will be able to use as costume makeup. What you're going to need is your old makeup containers. This one's from a powder, and then also some eyeshadows or blushes. Then I went ahead and I took some of the old nail polishes that we don't use anymore, and I found some colors that I thought would work out well. So we have two more neutral ones that we're going to use for the base as far as the pressed powder foundation. And then I have a little pink for a blush, and then two lighter colors that we're going to use for the eyeshadow. Now this makeup isn't real makeup for the girls to be able to use, but it gives them the idea of that they'll be able to have pretend makeup. So before that they're able to wear it, they'll be able to use this. And then I also have a couple toothpicks here, and this is just in case there's any air bubbles to be able to pop them as it's starting to dry so that you get a nice solid flat surface. Alright, well here goes. Alright, the first thing that I did is I took the makeup containers and I washed them out completely and made sure that they were dry 100%. You don't want to leave any water residue or marks in there, because then the nail polish won't dry completely and it won't give it a solid surface, and it'll actually crack and fall out. So you want to make sure that you have it nice and clean and dry and ready to go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the color of the nail polish, and you're going to have to do this very slowly. You don't want to make it too thick. You just want a nice thin layer so that it'll dry evenly throughout the entire makeup container. And I'm going to take this tan color. You want to make sure that you really mix it up well. You don't want any air bubbles, and you want to make sure that it's evenly spread so that there's no oil residue on the top, that it's nice and clean on the bottom. I'm going to take this top off, and I'm actually going to just get rid of the brush. We're not going to use the brush. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pour in the nail polish into the makeup tray so that it covers the first layer of the bottom 100%. As you can see here, the color is actually two-toned a little bit, and I'm kind of liking the color that it has there, and I can leave it, or I can go ahead and I can take the toothpick, excuse me, and you can mix it around till you get to the color that you want, or if you want to give it a design like some of them have nowadays, you can go ahead and you can do that as well. I really want you guys to look close here on this one. You can see that in some of the areas there's tiny little air bubbles, as in some of the other ones over here there aren't any air bubbles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some of these air bubbles. You're going to just kind of poke them a little bit. You can move it around. It's not drying yet. Nail polish takes a while to dry, so I'm actually going to let these sit. But I want to make sure I get all those little dots and all those air bubbles out. And you can kind of see them there. Now this color is looking like a two-tone color as well. So you can go ahead and you can swirl it, or you can do whatever. If you mix it up well enough, then you won't get that. But I really think it adds a lot, especially when you go to a store and you see some of the colors that have different color tones in them. That's what I really feel like it looks like, and I think that it looks really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave that one just like that. I'm going to let it dry. All we need to do is go ahead and let the nail polish dry completely, like I said, and I'm going to set these aside, make sure no one touches them, and have them overnight. And by the morning they should be beautifully nice and dry. Depending on the nail polish, you might want to give it another couple hours, whatever you think it might need. But you can tell when you go ahead and move it if it's moving around, and just give it plenty of time. Well, that's all there is to it, really. Just take some old nail polish, some old makeup containers, and you will make the most beautiful gift that any girl would love to have. And you can give it even with some like brushes. You got eyeshadow brushes or blush brushes. So with this, you get a couple brushes, and it's a perfectly good gift. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, I'm Elizabeth from beautyblondie.com. If you have any questions on this tutorial, if you're having trouble or you just want more information, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment box below, or you can email me. That's at beautyblondie@live.com. And I would love to go ahead and answer any questions that you have, and I hope it works, and I hope you have lots of fun. Thank you again.